I thank my friend for yielding. Madam Speaker, like every Republican in this chamber until 10 days ago, every day I served in the House of Representatives, I served with Bill Young. It's been noted here, he was a lion, he was a legend, and at the time I was fortunate enough to come to this chamber in 2003, he was probably at the zenith of his influence. He was chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, and he was the confidant of the President and our military leaders and, frankly, leaders around the world at a time when the United States was at war. No one cared more about the defense of the United States of America than Bill Young. And no one cared and did more for the people who actually bear the burden, the men and women that wear the uniform of this country, past, present, and future, than Chairman Young. But, you know, he was also a role model for many of us, and a mentor, and a friend. And he was somebody who would reach out and help you, and take care of you, and give you the wisdom and advice that only he, with all his years of experience, can give. I remember on one occasion, not too long ago, Chairman was obviously ill the last several years of his life, still very active, chairing our committee, pretty busy man dealing with his own problems, and I had tornadoes that hit my hometown in Moore, Oklahoma. 2 days after those tornadoes hit, Bill Young was on the phone to me to tell me that I would be getting a telephone call from representatives of a New York investment bank called Cantor Fitzgerald, which had suffered grievous damage during 9/11, where they had lost over 650 of their 950 employees at the World Trade Center. That company made a commitment that it would look after all of its people and all of their families and would reconstitute itself, and it did. And then they built on that commitment and said, we're going to help other people that are in tragedy by devoting all of our profits, all of our revenues earned on 9/11 every year, not just profits, everything we earn, to help people in need. And they've kept that commitment. And Bill Young had forged a relationship with them because of all they had done to help men and women in uniform and the victims of disaster. And he said, they'll be calling you, and they want to help. And they did. And they helped literally hundreds of families with millions of dollars worth of personal and directed relief. That probably would have never happened if Bill and Beverly Young had not reached out to me at that point. And I and the people in my community will be ever grateful for them. So we've lost, arguably, I think, the greatest Republican member of this body in the last 2 generations. We've not seen his like before, and it will be a long time again before we see anyone that rivals his compassion, his character, his civility, his decency, and his absolute devotion and commitment to the country and to the men and women who defend it. With that, I yield back.
Thank you.